if he gonna kidnap me, he gonna kidnap me, so.
I don't let bills stress me out because I know I get paid. You know, I can only control so much in my life.
Welcome to the video. I am a rideshare driver, you know, for the time being, however long it will serve me well. I'm going to speak to my passengers, try to get them to tell a story. We all want to watch something that's entertaining, and I'm already doing rideshare, driving Uber and Lyft anyway, even though Lyft is better. I'm gonna just put that out there. Keep watching if you want to hear about other people's lives. I am in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, and the surrounding areas, so that is where we will be hearing these stories. It'll be great. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Let's turn up in here. I'm here, girl. Where are we going? By the way, if you're watching this and you have an idea on what I should name this channel, let me know in the comments because I can't really decide. This channel is about just people's stories, just random people who get in my car. Since I'm doing rideshare, I'm asking them to share any type of story that they are willing to share on the internet. So what would y'all name this channel?
Okay, so I was coming to her place one day, and they kind of kicked me out because I didn't have the key, and they're real strict about, you know, security and stuff like that, which was fine. I didn't care, but she was asleep at the time. So some guy was leaving the place, and he had stopped me, asked me if I needed a ride. And you know, I'm smart. I promise you I'm smart, but I'm not gonna walk all the way to, like, I'm not gonna walk. And I didn't want to call no Uber at the time because I just wanted to get inside of the building. But he just pulled up and he was like, hey, you need a ride? And I was like, sure. So I got in the car. I was like, if he gonna kidnap me, he gonna kidnap me. So but yeah, he was a little bit older. I'm not gonna put his name out there, but he was a little bit older and he was cool. But he said, you know, his girlfriend stayed in the building, and he just wanted to see if I needed help. So I was like, okay, that's fine. He ended up taking me back to where I needed to be. But we also stopped by Starbucks and McDonald's and a couple other places. He was just being real generous, and 9 times out of 10 you already know what that means. But yeah. I didn't care because I was trying to get to my destination. So he invited me and my friend to a bar later that night with one of his friends, and we ended up going. We're very impulsive.
Yeah, and it was really crazy. First of all, he only had maybe like 2 shots of Hennessy, and the nigga passed out.
And how you gonna skip all the way to the end? You didn't even tell the progression.
Like, no, because that was really disturbing. Like, first of all, we don't even, it hasn't even been
a day. The progression of what happened. So he picked us up and he was already tipsy.
Okay.
He had the Hennessy bottle.
It wasn't Hennessy. It was it's a clear bottle, and it's round. I think it starts with an E.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know.
I can't even remember.
I'm about to find out right now.
But he had it in the little cup holder. And his friend's in the passenger seat. And you know what his friend's on. He's like, oh, what's up with y'all? How y'all doing? Trying to talk to us. And we in the back seat like, is that a bottle and it's half empty? We're already in his car. So it's like, okay, we can't really go back home. I mean, we could, but like I said, I'm real spontaneous. I just like to have fun. But I put myself in bad situations sometimes. But I mean, it is what it is. So she was really like scared in the car for real.
I was ready to go. I was aggravated.
Yeah, she was aggravated. I was irritated because I told him, he told me about an accident he had before. And I told him, I said, please don't show up picking us up drunk. Like, please don't do that. Right. And that's exactly what he did. So we made it to the bar, and we got in the bar, and you know,
mind you, we look really pretty.
Yeah, we look good, and him and his friend is there, and then he just wanders off, and I'm like, hey, what's the name? He was like, oh, okay, let me go look for him. Tell me why he come around the corner just wobbling. And we're like, yo, are you okay? Like, you're drunk. he starts like slurring and all this other type of stuff. We're like, you don't need to have no more to drink. Tell me why. He ends up sitting down because his stomach is hurting or something. He was trying not to throw up probably. And we just turn around and we hear boom on the floor. We turn around and this man is passed out. Blood coming out of the side of his face.
Ooh. Everybody's
like, oh my God. Oh shoot. But they wasn't really freaking out for real, because I'm sure they see that on a regular basis. But
yeah,
his friend came and picked him up, dragged him outside, and we just sitting there like, is this who we came with? Everybody looking at us like, that's your friend? And we're like, no. So,
ain't that your friend?
Yeah.
Ain't that your friend?
Yeah. And we did end up getting home safe, because his friend drove us home.
Okay.
While he was passed out in the back seat. So, yeah, that was the last time we talked to him. I did text him the next morning to see if he was okay. And we did, text for a little bit. But that was the last time I heard from him. So, yeah, fun little experience we had. Yeah.
All right.
And that's not my first time getting into a stranger's car, but I'm going to try to make it my last. So,
yeah. All right, y'all. We got another contestant on The Price is Right. Woo!
Life for me is, adult life is, I can say it do what it's supposed to do. The lessons, the blessings, everything in between. I don't tend to complain regarding anything that happened in life.
Yeah.
I just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah.
I am a mom to a 7-year-old.
Okay.
So I had her when I was 17, very early, very young.
Yeah.
Before I had my daughter, I am the oldest of my siblings, 4 siblings. So I've always been a nurturer.
Okay.
It's always, been my assigned duty, being on this earth or whatever. So I could say I kind of grew up. I won't say I grew up fast, because I never was the type of child to be outside, to, get into trouble, go to parties. My mom always thought I was a little weird. She used to have to tell me to go outside and, hang around your peers. I like being in the house. I've always been a homebody. Very family oriented. So when it comes to my adult life, I could say it's kind of like my teenage life, just more so figuring out my way on my own without the guidance of my mom and my dad.
Wow.
And my mom recently passed last year in the summer. My dad passed away like a year or so before I had my daughter.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, my life is just it's constantly moving. It's always something. And I just take everything as it comes. I don't question anything. I'm not bitter when it comes to things in life. Whatever I don't understand, sometimes it's not meant for us to understand everything. Some stuff is just meant to happen to us so that we can learn certain things. And we're just, I feel like I'm more so...
Agreed.
I play a part in everyone else's life, and then other people play a part in mine. I have a thing with being grounded and being in tune all the time. So I just don't question things. Whatever is happening to me, I solely believe that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be at all times. So I just keep that in mind with my adulting life. And honestly, it get me very far. I don't let bills stress me out, because I know it get paid.
Yeah.
I just recently, my car just, got taken away from me. I'm gonna get her back, of course. It's just, right now I'm just letting her sit where she sit, because I'm like, I'm not gonna let that stress me out. I can only control so much in my life, and certain things are not meant for me to control, and I'm okay with that. So when it comes to adulting, I just take everything one day at a time, one step at a time, and I make sure I give love, because I love to receive love. So I stand firm in that as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So
what's it been like being a mom so young? I mean, and even up to now. She's 7.
My mom was a single parent, so she's always been a single parent ever since I could remember. My dad was in and out the picture periodically.
Yeah.
So I've always had this. After I stopped looking at my mom as just being a mom, and I started looking at her as a person who's actually a person outside of being a mother.
Yeah.
I started seeing things differently, and I started looking at her differently like that when I was
Me
like
too.
14.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, at a very young age. So I'm like, okay, you're not just my mom. You know, you are a person who's going through your own battles, your own darkness, trying to find your own light. So once I started looking at her like that, I'm like, okay, now I want to help you more. You know, because you're doing all this by yourself, and it takes a lot of strength to have 5 kids and take care and nurture and protect 5 kids on your own. So I started working at the age of 15, going on 16. My first time cooking a full course meal, I had to be like 12, 13.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I cried because I messed up the macaroni and cheese. We all at the table. My sister was like, oh, it's too soft. And I don't know. That's just, it's always been in me to just like please my family.
Yeah.
So that was a thing for me. So it's like turning 17, my first time having sex, I got pregnant. That's a story in itself.
Yeah.
So I got pregnant, and it was just like, I mean, this is just my life. I definitely thought about an abortion, but that's just something we don't believe in my family, you know. So
yeah,
I'm like, you know, it happened for a reason. So when I, you know, had my daughter, it wasn't too much different from me parenting and helping raise my siblings, because it was just like something I've always done.
Right.
I'm the oldest child to my mom. I'm the oldest grandchild to my grandmother, and she have over 20 grandkids. So I've always, like I said, been a nurturer to my family. So when it was time for me to be a parent on my own, it's just I couldn't get my baby back. You know, you can't watch kids and like, okay, come get your child. I couldn't get my baby back because she's my baby. But being a young parent, honestly, just like everything else, I take it as it comes. She teach me so much. I really stand firm in my daughter being my teacher as well. I've never looked at her to be inferior to myself, me being a superior over her. I've always looked at her as being a person.
Yeah.
You know, with her own life, you know, she have to form her own thoughts and learn how to navigate herself through this world. So I always said when I was pregnant, I told my family all the time, when she's able to talk, I'm gonna let her make her own decisions. Whether it's, you know, the color socks she want to wear, you know, what kind of cereal she wanted to eat, if she wanted eggs or a pancake, you know, little small things, because to teach kids, you know, that they do have a mind of their own, and they don't have to listen to everybody else and just follow the crowd. So
that's nice.
You know, my relationship with my daughter, that's what I'm on the way to now from work, my daughter. Get her off the bus. My relationship with my daughter is amazing. I've been breaking a lot of generational curses when it comes to my parenting style. You know, our parents were more so stuck in a specific time frame with discipline. You know, not knowing how to discipline a child with their words and not use their actions, you know, whenever they get frustrated. So I'm very patient when it comes to disciplining my daughter, and I give her the space and opportunity to question me and my actions so that she knows exactly why. If she asks me why, I give her the explanation. Therefore, if I give her the explanation this time, the next time she'll understand why I'm doing and saying exactly what I'm doing. So,
I'm happy to hear that.
Thanks. So yeah, I mean, everything is everything, honestly. I love being a mom. I love being a nurturer to my family. I take every lesson that my mom have given me, you know, and I live with that. I take it with me along my journey every single day.
What do y'all think about that? Like, she was explaining how with her 7-year-old daughter, she is breaking generational curses in the sense of, well, it sounded like many ways that she was breaking them, but one particular thing that she said was, like, if her daughter asks her why, she's gonna tell her why. She's not gonna be like, oh, because I said so, or because, you know, I'm this authority over you. But I mean, children, they just want to learn anyway. So what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Do you think it's time for that to change in parenthood? Not thinking that your kids asking why is disrespectful, but viewing it as a way of teaching for them. So maybe they won't even do the thing that you're telling them not to do in the future because they understand why. Because you told them why and you wasn't saying, oh, because I said so. What y'all think? Put it in the comments what you think about that.